Yo, what's up guys? TTME here. Welcome back to another video. This week, we are going to be looking at the gaming news that happened in the past week. I have moved this from a weekly schedule to a weekly schedule just from Wednesday to Saturdays. So today, Saturday, December 2nd, 2017, we will get into our news. Today I have 6 stories for you. 4 of them are minor stories, which we won't generally spend more than a minute and a half on, and 2 of them are major stories, which will be the focal points of this video. As you can see, I've organized it a little more since the last video. I even typed up a script this time. Our first and foremost story of the day is that the Nintendo Switch got an update. It is now released for every player and user of the Nintendo Switch to get version 1.1.2. Our first and foremost story of the day is that the Nintendo Switch got an update. It is now released for every player and user of the Nintendo Switch to get version 1.1.2. As many people know, the Avengers Infinity War trailer was released, and many people think Thanos looks really weird, and the internet is making fun of him, as they do best by making memes. I've posted one of them, or a couple of them, on the screen right now, and hopefully you guys will find them as funny as I do, because these are pretty funny memes that the internet, which is great at making memes, well, are making. A story for my console players. L.A. Noire was re-released and remastered on all consoles. That includes PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, believe it or not. It was re-released and for the remaster version, and Rockstar, the developers of the games, every week are holding a drawing for a new console of your choosing. The only catch is that you have to have an account in the Rockstar Social Club. Which sounds great, like just enter and then get an Xbox or a PS4 or a Nintendo Switch. Only downside is that the color scheme is absolutely hideous. I've posted an advertisement on the screen right now so that you can see what I'm talking about, because it has all the possible consoles you can win, and they do not look good at all. Our last minor story is that the players of Destiny 2 are fed up with the developers as they lied about the XP earn rates and are fed up with the constant release of DLCs. There is a shirt mocking this about 2 tokens and a blue. I'm putting a picture of the shirt on the screen. You can just Google the shirt, and I'm pretty sure you can buy one if you want to. Speaking of buying something, I want to know what y'all's opinion on this whole topic matter of the DLCs and stuff like that are. And if you play Destiny 2, let me know your opinion on the game right now. And we'll see how many likes, comments, and new subscribers we can get from this video. Chugging right along in this week's news, we're going to move to our major stories. First up, as a continuation of what happened last week with the Battlefront 2 scandal, we have the Red Dead Redemption 2's publisher argue against people saying that loot boxes are bad. He's arguing against them. He's saying that loot boxes aren't bad. In fact, they could even be good. That's absolutely insane. And here are his reasonings for it, because I don't want to be one-sided on this channel. He argues that as long as the loot boxes keep the player involved, then they have succeeded. But the problem with this is something like Battlefront 2 comes along and tries to involve the player too much and makes them spend too much money, and then people don't want to play the game as engaging outweighs fun, and at that point you're just drawing out the view from the player. He also states that in cases like Battlefront, the developer did not spend enough time getting to know the consumer that they were targeting and their preferences, so that's why the loot box system is a terrible one. Is a terrible one? Man, that just sounds like he is on EA's side. I don't know what your opinion is, but that makes me really not want to buy any more loot boxes. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Our final story doesn't necessarily have to do with the game directly. It will, however, have to do with the game, but not directly, as it's not a game itself. But this is net neutrality. Many people right now are freaking out over net neutrality, and here's why. On December 14th, 2017, net neutrality will be voted on to either be kept or repealed by the U.S. Congress. Here's why this is important. So imagine your connection speed as a 8-lane highway. It's a big highway, and everyone has to use this highway. And it's great, because right now, everyone's treated equally. We all flow on the same highway with the same amount of traffic. So if one part's slow, then everyone in that part is also slow. There's no companies that have bypasses to this highway. However, with net neutrality in place, it keeps this from spiraling out of control. For example, in net neutrality, if it were to be repealed, the big companies would have a 10-lane highway and only have 2 trucks on said highway, while the rest of us were crammed into a 2-lane motor stop, or like a 2-lane exit off said highway. And if there was just one wreck on our side, we would not be able to move anywhere. If you think when YouTube lags for 5 minutes is bad, without net neutrality, that'd be 50 minutes. Heck, it could even be 5 hours before that happens. Or a different perspective is this, that big companies pay more for a faster internet speed. They could say that you'll get the same internet speed for 5 times the cost. Companies like at&t and other internet providers will be able to do stuff that wasn't legal before it was repealed, because it literally takes away our right to an equal and open internet. Without it, what they'll do is they'll charge you up to 5 times the percent for only about half of what you were doing normally. Please go online, show your support, and sign petitions to keep net neutrality. Right now, everyone's freaking out, and if it goes down, many people will lose their jobs if they're working on the internet. If you're self-employed, this could deeply affect you. Your revenue will crash. And it's also possible for many YouTubers to no longer have a job because of the repeal of net neutrality. So if you want me to keep posting videos, or your favorite YouTuber to keep posting videos, then please go online and show your support for net neutrality. That's about all I have to say, though, for this entire week's video. I'll post another one next Saturday, or at least start recording it, because this may not go up until tomorrow, Sunday, December the 3rd, 2017. Hopefully you guys have learned a lot from this week's episode of the Internet's News. I'm calling it the Internet's News, but it's still gaming news, because with the net neutrality thing, gaming could be affected, as you could have 2 times as many laggy games as you did before. And for gamers with not as high quality PCs, that would be absolutely devastating. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and do consider subscribing to become the 11th Emerald today. Thank you guys so much for watching, leaving so much support recently. I hope y'all have a great week until I post back on this series next Saturday. Goodbye.